Young Junk!
Butts.
One. What's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the mother-loving geek nation? Thank you for tuning in to one of the longest-running pop culture and comic book podcasts in the galaxy. It's called CultPop Podcast Live. This is episode 114. If you're new here, what?
What kind of metrics do you have to measure the popularity in a galaxy? Is it just vibes?
Hate comments.
Rage bait?
Rage bait. If you're new here, this is a place where we talk about comics and TV and comic book political thrillers and all the other things that scratch your dirty, nerdy little itches. Tonight we're broadcasting to you live from Young Junk HQ, a bomb-ass podcasting production space in Manayunk, PA. Dylan.
Ew.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right.
But how you doing?
Nah, I'm pretty good.
Hey, if the people are out there and they want to know more about this setup and they want to start their own podcast, how do they do that?
I'm so glad you asked. Check out the bottom of your screen, as you guys love to point to, and you'll find my email, dylan@youngjunk.com. And that's how you can get in touch with me, and we'll do a podcast, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Wonderful. I'm your special host, JD of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, which is located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, PA 19127. It's a rad-ass comic shop that caters to rad-ass folks just like you and also you. So come in and buy my shit.
But not me.
No, not so much.
Not me.
You're
She
a special
can't
boy.
read. I'm a special boy.
You're a special boy.
With me tonight is the co-host of your other favorite podcast, Inside the Morgue, Alice.
Hi.
Golf clap. Boy, is that a deep cut. Also, Neil.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Me.
No.
No.
This guy. The one with he's beardied.
What?
Beardied.
Yeah.
You're also.
That's what I realized halfway through the sentence that I also am bearded. I don't look at myself often.
Can you show up next week with just like a beard?
Yeah.
Like a fake beard?
I
Like
won't shave.
Costa?
Or a real beard?
Oh, I won't shave.
Do you mean Costa?
Yeah.
He's the beard.
Damn.
Tonight, we're going to review the number one movie in the world.
Costa's catching strays.
Rated arms. Number one movie in the world. There just so happens to be a sequel to 3 different movies and also 1 television show.
Super accessible.
Before we divulge our bulges, whether we F with Sam Wilson, we're going to talk some other stuff we've been enjoying in this past week. A gentle reminder, a gentle, calm reminder. Settle down before we get
Talking to
rolling.
you.
If you're here live, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And also, if you're here later, do all those things again. Double time. We love a little back and forth, so email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com or get in this chat like Christopher Goodnight is. He says, here.
Everyone, we're doing attendance. Roll call in the chat. If you are here, please state as much. We'll wait.
Just dead air.
That's kind of how we roll. Oh, he's commenting about the movie, which we haven't gotten to yet. Do we have any emails? I didn't even look.
No, no. Christopher Saints Austin. You know what? Just randomly go into your mailbox and just
Your
find an
personal
email. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Did you get any good emails this week?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
here's
did-
one if I want to gain 3 inches.
Oh, what? Nope. Yeah, okay.
Oh, my.
Only 3.
Damn.
Very specific amount of inches.
We did get an email from a fellow podcast asking us to co-host with them soon.
WDWJW.
Yes. What did I just watch? So I think in April we're going to do a joint team up podcast where we're going to review Batman 1966, the movie. Batman the movie.
That was the good email that I got.
That was the good email. It is a good email. So we'll look out for that. We have to schedule
I
that.
kind of wish we were doing Batman 89.
We've done Batman 89 like 5 times since I've podcast with you for
But
this
not
show as well
6.
as other shows.
Oh, DL Post says present.
Hey!
Welcome. Dill
no,
Post?
no emails this week.
No emails.
So
You failed us, Christopher Goodnight.
Can I just say, speaking of Batman 89, one of the episodes where you have previously done Batman
Nino.
89, I listened to while I ran the Broad Street run, and I PR'd. It was before I was
first for
on
the
the
record.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought that involved the diaper. I didn't know
No,
what. I PR'd all over the place.
I loved it.
The people behind me were
myself.
sliding around.
Have you signed up for this year's?
No, I haven't. I haven't yet. I've been slacking on my running training.
I did. Hey, look, you don't have to train. It's no
right.
big deal. Just do it.
You know what? Yeah.
I've done it.
You know what? Hell yeah.
You're good.
Popping off.
Yeah.
Rob Patey says, here from the ghosts of podcast past. Rob Patey, a.k.a. Optimus Douche, X. It sounds... Previous...
Are you good?
I'm all a Twitter.
Flustered.
Don't help him.
I'm all flustered because of Rob.
He's excited about Rob.
Previous co-host is what I'm saying.
Rob is
And
very
Eddie Madison's back. Hello there. What's shaking? Hey, Alice, what's shaking? You know what?
Arms.
What's popping?
Segue.
See how I did that?
Nice segue.
Thank you.
Nice.
Do points get taken off from calling it out?
Oh, sorry.
Segues
No, they
in
get
general.
doubled.
They get
So yeah, we're gonna move into the part of the show that I call
postmodern.
"What's Poppin'" because I like to ask my co-hosts and friends what's been popping for them this week. Alice, what has been popping with you this week?
I was very eagerly looking forward to Yellow Jacket season 3. And so that's what Coast and I did on Valentine's Day. We hung out, had treats, and watched 2 episodes of Yellow Jacket season 3.
Hold on, shut up. What treats?
I think we got ice cream from Tubby Robot.
Huh? Tubby Robot.
I like fat robots.
Fellow Young Junkers.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say,
Young Junkers.
Yeah.
That's right.
part of the Young Junk fam.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I like the brownie sundae one with sea salt caramel ice cream.
They've got this chocolate-covered strawberry ice cream.
So good.
These are all excellent choices, but every time I stand there and read them all and what do I want to get, I always end up getting cookies and cream.
Good cookies
Always.
and cream is great.
Always. I'm
Great.
such a basic bitch
Basic
about
bitch,
my ice cream flavors.
They're famous for it though.
Yeah,
Like
it's
apparently the person who invented cookies and cream ice cream taught them to make it.
Damn.
I'm blanking on his name, but go back
So-
and watch their ice cream tier
Oh,
list.
everybody go watch that. Well,
episode
stay
of the
here right now and
podcast.
watch it later.
So
Yeah.
the Jonathan Cookies L Cream.
Yeah.
Cookies and
It's,
cream.
it's strange that it's not cookies Nathan cream.
no, it's-
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's got-
Jonathan Cream.
Cookies
and
Larry
the
Cream.
air quotes. Jonathan L Cream and the cookies is the air quotes in the middle, so that's his nickname. Jonathan Cookies and
Yeah.
Cream.
I can't believe I forgot that was his
Yeah,
name.
it's
yeah.
it's in there.
It's right
I
in
know.
there.
I'm
Yeah.
so forgetful.
I'll tell you the funniest thing I saw at the store
That was mine.
recently
Just throw it.
was Oreos that are cookies and cream flavored Oreos, which means
Oreo
Inception.
flavored Oreos.
they're Oreo flavored Oreos. Amazing,
I think that's.
We went so far, we came back.
I think that is a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
why. Anyway.
Anyway,
oh
yeah,
Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jacket season 3.
Yellow Jacket
Episodes
season
1 and
3.
2.
we're doing great.
I'm really enjoying it so far. I've actually gone back to the beginning of Yellow Jackets because, like I've stated previous podcasts, I can't like things in a chill way. So now I have to. That's like all I want to watch now. Even though
Are you on Reddit?
no, I want to go on Reddit, but I am very much like my personality dictates. I go down the rabbit hole, and I'll become that person who comes up with all these crazy theories, and then I'll be upset if my theory is wrong.
There
and
are
I don't want to be that person.
There are times when we'll be in bed and I'll be reading and I'll look over at Sam and she's on the Yellow Jackets Reddit forum.
It's gonna get there. I'm gonna get on.
sharing.
I picture the It's Always Sunny with like the board and all the red.
I mean, Dick.
Pepe
In the
Sylvia?
mailroom.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
good episode.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've tried not to go there just because I know I'm just gonna go dive headfirst and never come back out. But
How did you like the season so far?
I like it so far. It's not my favorite season, obviously, but we're still really early
2
into
episodes
it.
in.
2 episodes in. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Was season 3? Did that end with the
Season 2, you mean?
I'm sorry, the season 2. Did that end with them at the retreat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm caught up except for the new season. All right.
It's good. It's still very good. It's still Yellow Jackets, but it's
I half watch it. Mm-hmm. I'll half watch it. Like it'll be on. Like she'll be like, can we put it on? I'm like, absolutely. And then I'll half do other things and
Yeah.
be like, oh, cool.
Does she hate that?
As long
she's
as
okay
I
with
don't
that?
interrupt. So like, there's no point where I'll be like, wait, what did they say?
Who's
like,
that?
yeah,
I
don't do that.
I know I'm not fully engaged.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's.
Hasn't? Yeah, it's never grabbed you. We've had this conversation.
There was a
years.
good chunk of season 1 where I was like, oh, still in it, but then I kind of got lost in season 2.
Yeah, fair.
I got a little annoyed with it.
For the love of God, please acknowledge your family.
Uncle Noli's nephews are waiting for them. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Bartell Cheese.
Where are we going? Hey, hi.
Which camera?
All of them.
Every
1, 2,
camera.
3.
Hi.
Hey.
Aww.
So I like Yellow Jackets as well, and I'd like to catch
The
up.
cast is fantastic.
Yeah.
Still is fantastic.
I'm glad that Sophie Thatcher is getting her thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Sophie Thatcher is the best.
good.
She's
Yeah,
the best
she's
in the show
fantastic.
too.
Everybody's she's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Scream alum in there, isn't there?
Yes. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head. She plays Thaisa in Yellow Jackets, and she's
5 and 6 Scream.
yeah, she's one of the twins, and
Yeah.
She's Mindy Meeks.
yes, she's Mindy
Whoa. Well done.
Well, in the show.
Yeah.
In
In
the
the show.
movie.
Yeah.
in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhoomst. Hey, Noel, what was popping for you this
I'm gonna
week?
look up her name.
Sam and I, so in addition to watching Yellow Jackets episode 1 and 2 of season 3, we actually watched The Gorge, PG-13 on Apple TV Plus. It's the new movie by Scott Derrickson, the director of the first
Jasmine
Doctor
Savoy
Strange.
Brown.
Thank you. She had 3 names. The first Doctor Strange, Sinister, Black Phone. It is a romance that happens to have zombie-style monsters in the third act.
The
You're
gate to hell.
Speaking my language.
It was really cool. Two loner snipers protect each side of the wall. They're not supposed to talk to each other, and the wall is protecting us from a gorge that is the gate to hell. And then they invariably fall in love long distance, and things don't go well, and they have to go into the gorge. It's a simple movie that I do think gets a little bogged down by insisting on answing questions in the third act. Did you watch it? Does anybody else watch it?
No,
I
I'm
haven't
excited
watched
to.
it
So
yet.
the first hour,
Jess has watched it.
the first hour and
other
change,
co-host.
very cool. Like you really invested. It's Miles Teller and
Yes.
Anya Taylor-Joy. They're
I like
both-
her.
They're both wildly charming, and it's really
Yeah.
really
Is
sweet.
he?
Yes,
Cool.
it is a very very good movie. And then it gets actiony and it gets spooky, and you're like, yeah. And then they answer a bunch of questions in like really rapid succession, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's backloaded. Whatever. But it was really, really well done. It
In
was a
my
cool
head,
movie.
it's kind of like at the end of a commercial where they're doing a prescription
fast.
and they're telling you all of the different side effects.
All of the warnings.
yeah, they like backload lore, lots of lore, and you're like,
There's old people like dancing.
and you know what?
Yeah.
It is.
Shitting
It is
themselves.
soundtracked to like a Wegovy theme. Yeah.
Amazing.
This is me. Yeah. But no, I definitely recommend it if you have Apple TV Plus. The Gorge is like a really, really good sit. It's the kind of it's almost like gateway horror, in so much as it's not super spooky, but it's like got the vibes,
Love gateway
and it's really, really fun.
Ooh.
Like
Like the gate.
I think
I know.
it's earned its rating as PG-13. It's really cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I like her a lot, and the movie looks interesting enough.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was totally worth
Is there a reveal?
Should have been in theaters.
The trailer makes me think that there's a reveal in the
There,
ravine.
there is something down there, and they have to fight it. Like
We know
they-
that.
That's it. That's
that's-
like the reveal is that they're not making it up. There's monsters down there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
But the nature of it and where they come from is all revealed in the context of the movie, and the movie on its merits would have worked without even knowing that. So it's not a plus or a minus. It's just like okay, now we're going 60 miles an hour. We were just going 40. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Makes me want to rewatch The Mist.
It is not like that at all.
Cool. No, I just love the. No, I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about like a portal where things come through.
If it's a portal.
Yeah. Okay. In the chat, we got Christopher Goodnight saying Yellow Jackets season 3, Severance season 2, and White Lotus season 3. Peak Television. Also, School Spirits season 2 on Paramount Plus. It keeps being on my beep boop, and I keep seeing it, and then I go past it. Has anyone watched School Spirits?
No, but I have not.
Talking about with this.
Was it
That's
Christopher
the-
I don't think
You
it
guys
was.
are talking about it?
Saint Saucy?
Maybe it was Jess.
I am only on the middle of season 5 of Cobra Kai. Chris, I'm sorry.
I'll
I'll be there. I'll get there.
I fell off.
It's a really enjoyable show. It's just you can watch it in quick chunks. It's very digestible.
Is it actually connected to the new Karate Kid that I just saw a trailer for?
I think so
Because he's in it.
because it does
Daniel-san.
end on its own. From what I understand, it ends on its own kind of accord, and then the movie
Keeps
could
going.
happen if
Gotcha.
it wants, but not connected. But connected, but not. Whatever.
Christopher Goodnight says Jasmine Brown
Savoy
Oh,
Brown,
that's
yeah.
the name of the actress that we were trying to think of.
with the 3 names.
Rob
Yes, it's Savoy Brown, yeah.
Rob Haiti, there's monsters down there. That's the poster. Yeah, it's a gorge. There's monsters.
Yeah.
What
Isn't
do you
every gorge?
do? You were you popping on top of something this week? Or
I'll tell you what.
underneath it.
Popping or slopping?
I was popping and slapping all over Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on Disney Plus.
Oh.
It is
Should
a
be training
show.
order.
Did I talk about this at all last time? 'Cause
No.
I think I had watched a couple episodes.
No, we mentioned it, but no, you didn't talk about it because we skipped.
Is anyone watching this show?
I heard it's fun, but I have not watched it.
It is fantastical.
Oh.
I am really into Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It is getting a lot of hoopla online because people are like, Harry Osborn's black.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the full
That's it.
discussion.
That's the review.
That's the extent of the discussion.
He's black. There's black people in it. And then,
Are these the same people that got mad when Penguin was a lady?
yes. Yeah, they're always the same 5 people on Twitter. It's great. I think the style is really cool. The style being the illustration style. I still wish it was 2D animated. It is very clearly 3D animated, but using 2D drawings style. Like a la, I would say, not Darwin Cook, Tom Riley
It's
from G.I. Joe.
the designs are based off of Leonardo
Romero.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. So it's very cool looking. It's got a classical feel to it. It's got one of the Runaways is his best friend, Nico.
Yeah.
Nico from the Runaways happens to be there. It's a whole new take on the Spider-Man origin story. It was supposed to be, when it was originally called Freshman Year, it was supposed to be a prequel to the Tom Holland Marvel Spider-Man trilogy. And then I don't know why they changed that, but now it's just called Friendly Neighborhood, and it's completely different.
They said they changed it because they didn't want to be tied down to the MCU.
Yeah,
And do their
which
own
I
thing.
get because there's characters in here that they probably want to introduce in the movies, a la Dr. Octopus, who has the best scene in the whole series so far. Dr. Octopus taking on an entire SWAT team in his warehouse is awesome. It's delightful and fun. Yeah, this is really, really fun. I really like it.
I've seen people complain about it, but the only complaint that I've seen that even has any kind of seems to have any kind of merit to it is the animation style.
Yeah.
Like it's stilted.
Yeah. And there are times where people's hands are they're like what is his name? That
Deodato.
artist. Yeah, the Deodato.
Everyone's got oven mitts for fingers.
Yeah, only sometimes. But yeah, it's really, really good. Also, Lonnie Lincoln is a side character who you may or may not know is eventually becomes Tombstone, but they give him his whole backstory that I don't know if it's actually part of the comic books because I don't really know much of Tombstone's backstory, but he's just a football player who happens to hang out with Peter, and he's got a girlfriend Pearl, and
Then he falls into
and then he
a
gets
vat
into a
of-
gang by accident. It's like a whole
does he
thing.
sharpen his teeth? He should
No,
sharpen his
no, he's pretty normal still so far. But yeah, highly recommend Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man if you get
Looks
a
fun.
chance. Peter is bit by a goldfish. That's true. Yeah, they really changed it up.
So he's Spiderfish?
Spiderfish.
No.
Fish.
Peter
Fish.
Fishman.
Fishman?
Yeah.
Goldman.
Rob, are you watching it? Friendly Neighborhood?
So it's on Disney Plus. How many episodes in it?
10 so far.
10 so far?
How long are the
How many?
episodes?
How is it the whole season?
No, maybe it's 9. It's like 8 or 9, maybe. And I think there's like 12, maybe?
40?
12.
It's an old school.
Something like
It's an
that.
old school cartoon.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
26 episodes is a half a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
I
long
miss
are the
those days.
episodes?
Half hour.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I still haven't watched What If. I'm so far.
I
behind
haven't finished What If either. Is there 3 seasons?
finished.
Yeah,
it
season
either.
3.
Oh.
Season
What's
3
that?
is
I
out.
haven't finished What If either.
Yeah. I kind of.
I heard it
fell
was
off.
fun.
Yeah,
I-
no, what I watched was fun.
I
It's
am
another
so-
one where I really don't like the animation style.
So
No.
I like the I don't mind the animation style. I'm just really temperamental with animated shows.
Yeah. They make you sleepy.
I lose steam.
Yeah.
They make me pretty sleepy. I've trained my body to fall asleep during cartoons.
Even the
Yeah.
last Airbender.
Yeah,
Right? That's
Yeah.
the face. That's the face one makes.
fell asleep.
Yeah. So that
like,
was
oh,
popping
this is really
with
nice.
us.
I fall asleep during a lot of things though.
Like what, Alice?
Everything.
What's
Every
awesome that you fall
movie
asleep to?
where Costa
The podcast?
is like, "Hey, this is a really good movie. You want to watch it tonight? You're sure you're not sleepy?"
That's code
and I'm
for-
like, "Yeah, I'm wide awake." And then I just immediately pass out. And then I like try to gaslight him that I wasn't sleeping. He's like, "Come on, wake up, watch the movie." I'm like, "I'm awake."
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And he'll be like, "All right, what just happened?" I'm
The
like,
movie's been over for 2 hours.
"What are you talking about?" Yeah,
You have to be like, put your foot down and be really indignant about it,
that's what I.
and then he'll apologize.
Let me
I'm
ask
sorry, I
you this.
didn't-
Are treats ever involved?
treats that were involved, yes.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just and honestly, most of the time I'm just sleepy.
Okay.
Most of the time I curl up on the couch and like he knows the position I'm getting in. And he's like, "You're gonna fall asleep." I'm like, "No, this time's different." Never is.
Also, cover me in a blanket and cuddle me.
Just like let me lay on your lap and then like just play with my hair a little bit. And then
It'll keep me awake.
keeps me awake.
Rob says, "Yeah, it's good. It's a good refresh."
More like what whiff.
What whiff? Oh, I get it. I too was skeptical about the second season of School Spirits, but there have been some great stuff in season 2. Uncle Noli's nephew said, "What? You haven't finished What If?"
I know, guys. I started watching it, and let's blame your aunt. Let's blame Sam. She was like, I want to watch it too, and I was like, I guess I'll wait forever.
Damn.
Sorry, guys. I will though. I promise.
Nino, are the kids watching? The nephews watching Spider-Man? Because they should. It's
yeah.
great.
Voltron Marvels. Oh yeah, that was the first episode, wasn't it? Like the Avengers Assemble. It was like a robot kaiju. All Avengers. That's the first episode of What If season 3.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
see
Mecha Avengers.
it.
What?
Mecha Avengers.
Mecha Avengers.
Mecha Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Led by Sam Wilson, who has a brand new movie out.
Oh my God! Do you mean Captain America: Brave New World 2025?
That was another segue, everyone.
Yeah,
and I
nailed
get
it.
double points because you called that out.
it out.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
Let everybody
Yeah.
know what was happening.
Those are the rules.
Well, welcome to this part of the show wherein we will review Captain America: Brave New World, which just came out last week. It's got a 49% critic score and an 80% audience score.
It's quite a delta.
Story by Malcolm Spellman and Dylan Mooson and Rob Edwards, written by Julius Ona and Peter Glanz
Yeah.
and Matthew Orton, directed by Julius Ona. What else did he do?
Cloverfield Paradox. And
So the least of the paradox, the least of the Cloverfield.
yes, the the minimal Cloverfield.
Yeah.
The Cloverfield that they dropped on Netflix surprise
Yeah.
on Super Bowl night, right?
I don't remember when, but I just
It was
remember
like
watching
a
it.
30-second trailer on the Super Bowl, and it was like, oh, by the way, it's live now.
Oh, I do remember
I kinda
that
like
now.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I just wish the
like
movie
the
lived up
surprise
to it.
Yeah, I like the concepts.
Yeah.
I think it was just its own movie, and then Bad Robot purchased it,
And like it's now.
And then they're like,
Cloverfield,
okay,
bitches.
we can make this a Cloverfield.
reverse
just
engineered it to
ending.
it. Yeah, just like a cap at the ending, like Cloverfield.
I like I like the
I like when the guy
concept
looked at
and
the
the
camera and
ideas
said,
of it more than the actual execution.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, yeah, like the monster just looks at the screen and goes, "It's a Cloverfield," and then,
Yeah.
and
My
then,
favorite
and
part.
then, and
I
then
love when
puts
they
his
say the name.
sunglasses on, and it just goes, "Wow!" like
CSI
Like that show.
Miami.
making a
CSI.
CSI Miami
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Obviously, duh, everyone got that.
Starring Anthony Mackie, Harrison Ford, Danny Ramirez, Carl Lumley, and Tim Blake Nelson.
Yep.
Sam finds himself in the middle of an international incident after meeting with President Thaddeus Ross. He must soon discover the reason behind a nefarious global plot before the true mastermind has the entire world seeing red.
That's a Cloverfield.
Nice.
So let's go around and we'll give our overall views on Captain America: Brave New World, and then we will get into spoilers. But don't worry, we will let you know ahead of time when we're going to do that. So, hey Noel, why don't you tell
Yeah.
us about your experience with Falcon and Winter Soldier, the television show, and then going in to see Brave New World.
I actually really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it's like one of my favorites of the Marvel shows, but I don't love it as a show. I think it's like a good 2.5 hour movie that they stretched out to 6 episodes for no
There's been a bunch of
reason.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really, really liked how it started, and I really, really liked where it ended. So I was very hyped for this movie. Like, I love Sam Wilson as a character. I love Bucky as a character. And I
But
just...
that was a spoiler. You yelled at me during Fresh Floppies.
I'm
today.
allowed to say that Bucky was in a show already that existed. That's twice. God, you suck at this.
I have a microphone.
Independently, I like Bucky as a character.
Has nothing to do with this movie.
Wherever he shows up in the MCU.
Probably not this movie.
Yeah.
We'll probably
Anyway.
never see him in this.
Anyway, no, I'm a fan of all these characters. I'm also a fan of all the source material. I like when people ask me like, "Hey, what's your favorite character like in comics or what's your favorite this. I don't always know the answer, but I have favorite runs.
Oh.
And when I look at my shelf, I have a lot of Captain America and a lot of Daredevil. So it's like by virtue, because those are primarily usually the two of the best ongoings. Like they have like 7 to 10 years worth of like consistently good storytelling. So I was familiar with all the source material and I was really excited to see like how the MCU does it. I'm not slavish to the source material. I can read the books again. I don't need my movies and TV shows to be the books.
One for one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
I was down with it. I was excited. And then this movie ended up being secret sequel to like 4 other MCU movies.
Yeah.
Which was kind of fun.
I was delighted.
But I do wonder anybody that's not as like steeped into this bullshit how they jive with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my initial jump in. What about you?
Go.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. I loved Falcon and Winter Soldier. Really, really loved the show overall. I loved getting to see Sam Wilson and Bucky play off of each other. Yeah. It was the best part. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It did feel a little stretched out. I didn't mind though. It was like I was watching it during like peak COVID when I was isolated and I was just looking for more content to just sit on the couch and just rot with. Yeah.
In between rewatches of Twilight.
Literally, honestly, yeah, that's what it was.
This might be one of the only shows I've watched more than once too.
Really?
Yeah?
Oh, you revisited it.
I revisited it completely. I revisited this and I actually revisited Moon Knight.
Hawkeye.
The ones that I've revisited Hawkeye.
That's my revisit.
But I've not rewatched WandaVision. I've not rewatched any of the Lokis. Like One and Done, I was good. Like that's really good. But I could passively put on Falcon and Winter Soldier. It doesn't really require much of me, and it's really fun.
Rewatch. But mostly because I had it on in the back of the shop.
Oh, She-Hulk, I watched.
Oh, She-Hulk was fun.
Okay, maybe there's a bunch of them. Either way,
Maybe I rewatched every single
this
show.
is the one that if I'm just want something on, I'll put it on. Yeah,
It's a good one.
Oh, it's the one.
Yeah.
See, I wish I liked this show as much as you guys did because I found it to be a little bit of a slog. Anything that had to do with Bucky and the Winter Soldier, Bucky and Sam, wonderful. I love them as a odd couple.
Yeah.
But anything that had to do with the overall story of not the Atom Smashers, Flag Smashers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought the idea was really cool and how they were exploring the blip and then coming back from the blip and people being displaced and all that sort of, what a cool thing to touch on.
Yeah.
But then I found the actual story itself to be a little bit of a slog. And I really kind of wished we could see the original version of that show before they chopped it up and changed it because of COVID.
yeah.
I would love to see that.
Apparently, a primary conflict was a pandemic,
Yeah.
and they were like,
Too real.
maybe not.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Too soon because it's right now.
But I absolutely adored Walker, also John Walker,
Oh, I forgot about
I
him.
loved to hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I can't wait for Thunderbolts.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely
Yeah.
can't wait
Yeah.
for Thunderbolts. Anyway, different
Oh, so
movie.
anyway, yeah.
I enjoyed this movie. Okay. It wasn't really totally on my radar. I've kind of like dipped off in my Marvel content.
Sure, yeah.
A
lot of people have.
But when I saw the trailer when we were going to see another movie, I was like, I got hyped again. Like I was like, oh yeah, like I'm
The arms went up.
I'm ready.
I was in my seat.
ready for this.
I only was. What did your husband say? I bought the whole seat, but I
why
only
buy
used
the
edge. Yeah.
why buy the whole seat when you only need the edge?
Yeah.
That was me. Especially when I saw Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Super stoked to see him there as Thaddeus Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So I was super excited, and it was a fun surprise to see like it was kind of like a sequel to a bunch of different
Yeah.
Other things. Yep.
What about
Yeah.
you? Yeah. What about you, man?
Same.
You loved everything.
I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a bucket of fun. I can't say I was super stoked to see it. I wasn't like, I wasn't like this. I wasn't ready to go. But I was,
But then you were like this.
like
Yeah.
a roller coaster.
People behind you really hated it.
They loved it.
It's okay though. I put my phone on. I put 2 phones on behind me and did this.
Yeah.
And he's taking
Perfect.
pictures the whole time with the flash
flash.
on. Ba, 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 ba.
And I love Harrison Ford. Anytime Harrison Ford's on screen, I'm a happy boy. I just love watching him. One of my favorite shows has him in it. And I was really excited to see him take on this character and do the thing that he does in this that we all know. I wish that had been I said this to Noah earlier. this is a conversation I've had so many times wherein I wish that a trailer doesn't ruin as much as a trailer ruins for a movie, but then it also doesn't get butts in seats unless you ruin the big thing that gets people excited to go see it.
Yeah.
So there's no winning this. I wish that the Red Hulk thing was a surprise because the movie itself treats it like a surprise.
Right.
It's a build up and it's a revelation of sorts, I think, towards the end of the film, which I don't think is a spoiler. But that doesn't make the movie less enjoyable for me. It's just one of those things where I love a good surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I think is it a surprise for the benefit of the audience or a surprise for the benefit of the characters? For the benefit of the characters, it doesn't matter if I know about it or not. No. And if the movie hinged on that being a surprise and that surprise is ruined, then it would be a bad movie all around. Like it needs more than that.
Yeah.
But I do think that there should have been a middle ground. Like you can show that there's a Red Hulk. You could do this. You could do that. You could the arm and the hand and the this.
Yeah. In the trailer, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
But
trailer.
you don't have to literally show him transforming in the trailer and then standing up from the podium that says United States President.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, it looks exactly like Harrison Ford,
but,
but red.
But you could avoid that shit too because they do that. They did that in trailers all leading up to all the Avengers movies of like having a character there that's not there and look different that's there.
They're doing it
Or
right
like,
now with Thunderbolts.
Yeah, like there's
a whole big baddie there that nobody sees in the trailer.
but fans could intuit who it is without issue, but for the most part, they at least keep some things to their chest. But this movie, they just went all in. Yeah. I guess there's one or two surprises, but
I was surprised by the way it's a sequel to a different Marvel movie that I wasn't anticipating. Which we're not going to spoil until we get into spoilers.
I saw this movie twice. It happens. Saw it Thursday night with the wife. She enjoyed it thoroughly. And then I took my nephews who were watching. Hey.
Hi, nephews.
And my sister on Monday afternoon. We did purchase a
Bucket?
obnoxious popcorn bucket.
Which one? Is it it's the shield but then with the wings?
Nope, worse.
Worse?
Is it the Red Hulk bucket?
Yes.
Wait, what's the Red Hulk bucket?
It's
literally
it's like his
no.
upper chest. Or?
No, it's a big boulder, and he's a giant Red Hulk is holding it and pushing like the boulder down and you put the popcorn in the boulder.
What? I haven't seen this.
Seen that one.
It was
You didn't bring it?
It was Cinemark.
I've seen the one that's
can
like
you find
a
it for me?
Of
Yeah.
Red Hulk.
No,
I've
it's
seen that one.
literally
He'll
like
beat
a
out of his
full
back.
action figure. That one, a full action figure like maquette
That's
of.
incredible.
Oh, that's
It's-
cool.
I did not pay $47. That is wild.
He
But yeah,
stole it.
and it's
not bad.
huge. So
That's pretty solid.
my youngest nephew, who's
Is there a hole in the bottom?
did not like holding it because it's
gigantic.
freaking huge. Yeah, you have to like hold him from the waist because you can't like this. So he's got his icy and the popcorn, and then they give you a extra large popcorn to go with it. Like they don't put popcorn in that; they just give you tons of popcorn to go with it.
Oh my god.
So it was just like double fisting, pockets full of candy, and then stuff. So it was
Sounds like a great time at the movies.
it was a wonderful time. Also, the Cinemark at University City, best popcorn in the area.
Really?
So much better than here.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
yeah, really good shit.
Since we're talking about our theater experiences, when I went to go see it, it was like a 10-something at night, I think.
Oh yeah.
Down,
you had
down at
texted
Main
us.
Street.
I was already snoozing.
There was, I want to say, a group of like
Not going 3 times.
5 kids. 5 kids. I'm air quoting kids because they were grown adults.
Youth.
They were younger than me, and so they were kids. And also they acted like children. They were so loud the entire movie. They were all the way in the back, which was fine, but we could hear the entire conversation, the entire film. It was infuriating. But that, what are you gonna do?
We had kids behind us that were literally crying, but it was fine.
Because of the movie?
No, just it was like
That was-
'Cause they're
like,
babies.
like a 4-year-old, like
Oh,
a babies.
I got
They
you.
were babies.
They were just being.
And you know what?
actual
They
children.
needed to buck up because we're in the theater.
And the theater is
Etiquette.
church.
Yeah, the theater is church.
No crying in church.
No crying in church.
Or baseball.
Glad you took them. My brother said glad that you took them because I wouldn't have bought that. I know.
Wait, you bought it for them?
Yeah, they kept it. I don't want it.
You didn't. What a good
He's
uncle.
offended
But you know
didn't
what?
buy it for
You
him.
know what? The oldest did suggest like you should bring it to the show, and I completely forgot because honestly I didn't want to carry it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And then my wife would be like, "Why do you have this?" I'm like, "It's temporary," and it's the whole thing. But they thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did they? Okay.
And you know what? The way that this movie is, and I don't mean this as a knock. This is like baby's first political thriller.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a paint by numbers version of The Manchurian Candidate or All the President's Men. Like much more intricate and older movies, and they just like slap a coat of MCU on it and like dumb it down a little bit to just be like slick and fast. And I really appreciated that. This movie did not challenge me, and I am so okay with that.
Yeah.
Like it was just fun, and they seemed to like it.
was-
I asked them their favorite parts.
Oh, go ahead.
And?
Keep going.
Red Hulk.
Red Hulk's the favorite part.
Red Hulk.
Yeah.
The airplane battle and Red Hulk. Like they were just
Airplane.
down for Red Hulk. So bring more Red Hulk. The advertising worked.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I agree. I kind of sitting through the dogfight. I was kind of like, oh, we're doing a whole like Tom Cruise Top Gun thing here for a little while, but with wings as opposed to
Yeah.
more jets. I thought that was really cool. That whole sequence was a blast, and I really did like the fight between Sam and the Red Hulk at the end. That was a lot of fun too.
Everything was staged incredibly well in so much as how it was constructed. Like they would set up physical space and geography really well. There were not quick, fast edits. Everything was just kind of like staged really well and edited really well, especially that airplane battle because you had, classic Star Wars of 3 conflicts having to kind of all hit off at the same time and coordinate. Yeah. And that just makes it much more rousing. It was just well done. Like the whole third act was really well done.
That's why when everyone talks about how choppy the movie is, I think it came together pretty well for how many writers there are and how many, reshoots they were doing.
I don't argue that because I think it is choppy. I think it's narratively really choppy. I think the first half is a little rough.
Okay.
It's info dumps. A lot of people will complain or have complained about previous MCU movies about like, oh, you have to watch so many things. Like 90% of the time you don't. They provide the context. This one does a pretty decent job of providing the context, but it does a lot of weird inorganic info dumps in like the first 15 minutes.
Is it you're talking about like the news
The
anchors?
news anchors, and then also there's a lot of like really weird like quick dialogue things. And then I think that whole opening action sequence, while I found it fun, it was like very minimalist filler in a weird way.
It felt like it would be from the TV show.
Yes, the whole
Not a
first
movie.
act was just it felt like either the end of something else or the beginning of a different movie. But as soon as we got to, I think that first hand-to-hand action sequence with the Sidewinder.
Sidewinder at the cars.
Yeah, from there on, it felt like a different,
Yeah.
more confident
Amped up.
movie.
Yeah.
So when people say they feel it's disjointed or a little messy, I actually don't disagree. I just don't think it was the detriment of like the whole experience
Right.
because the back half really was pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I think about when I think of the movie is the back.
Hey, it doesn't matter how you start; it matters how you finish.
Right, yeah.
The only hit that they remember is the last one.
That's true. Hey.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? One of the things I was delighted by was to get to see Carl Lumley. When they had announced that they were going to do the Cap and Winter Soldier show.
Nothing going
I don't know what this is. I was really excited because I was like, oh, they better do Truth, which is a Captain America story. There's sort of like what happens with Isaiah Bradley and how the government kind of effed him over after. Is that before, Steve? Yes. It was before because they were experimenting on black soldiers before they would give it to the white kid. Yep. So I always thought that was a really interesting story to tell. That was 20 years ago at this point. So I was really excited that they included him. And then we get more of him here, which I was very excited by. Yeah. Although they did him a little dirty.
Oh yeah, well, I mean
the government, because that's what they do.
I'd like narratively he was just fridged.
Yeah.
He was the he wasn't the MacGuffin. He was like the he was the damsel. He was like the plot thread. Yeah. Like to get things kicked. It was good. Fight between
air quotes, my dude.
Yeah. The fight. I've told people to shut up during a movie if they want to talk. Wait 6 months and watch it at home. You know what, Robert Monroe? I agree with you, and I would love to do that, but the world's different now, and I don't know if they're gonna just either
get shot?
punch me in the face or shoot me. So I'm a little less brazen. What I used to do in college was if they were near me,
You just piss on them.
I would. Well, no, it was pretty effective.
That's effective.
If somebody was talking really loud or using their phone in the movie theater and they were like in eyesight of me, I would lean up and just stare at them. Not break eye contact.
Yeah.
Just stare at them until they notice me doing nothing but staring at them.
Yeah, yeah.
And almost every time they're like, thanks. And then I would lean back and it wouldn't be a problem because most people, when they're just called out on being rude, they stop. They don't get defensive or antagonistic. Nowadays, that doesn't really work anymore. They just get defensive and antagonistic. So I'm going to bitch about it online instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eno says fight with between Sam and Red Hulk was too short. Discuss.
It was good.
It's good.
It's too short.
Yep.
What, do you guys think it was too short?
No. I think any longer and Sam would have died.
Yeah.
any
Sam had to shut that shit down quick.
It would extend credulity. Yeah.
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 I also, speaking of credulity,
Yeah.
one of my final things for, I think, before we get into spoilers is my man got to take the super soldier serum, please. Sam Wilson, take the super soldier serum.
Which cameras to Sam?
Sam?
Which cameras
Which
to
one's Sam? Where are you watching?
It was directly to Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, fictional Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
Wait, he's fictional?
Damn it, no.
He's based on a dream.
Spoiler.
It's based on a dream.
He's based on something to aspire to.
I understand why I am air quoting, aren't I? I understand story wise or like commentary wise why he's not taking the serum. Mm-hmm. But also just take the serum.
Vibranium tech, I'm cool with it. I don't want him to either.
You don't want him to?
I don't want him.
Yeah. Also, the MCU is lousy with super soldiers right now. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's the one with the shield.
Yeah. He's to aspire to. He's fine.
Okay, fine. I do the same thing while moistening my lips.
Oh,
What the
he's talking about staring at people until they shut the fuck up. So basically, to this camera.
Yeah.
You know what? That would get me to shut up.
Yeah.
If somebody was
Mouth sounds?
If somebody was just making
hate
mouth
mouth
sounds and
sounds.
licking their
You were
lips,
just
staring at
ASMRing
me.
somebody? Yeah.
If anything, I'd move also. You know what? I did get called out in a movie theater for eating too loud.
Bet. Oh, yeah,
Oops,
you
sorry,
told that.
I've got called out in a movie theater for eating too loud, and I was very
That's
embarrassed.
so dumb.
I mean, the guy was a jerk about it, but I was
Were
also
you
like,
literally yelling yum 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 yum?
no, I was
nom,
apparently,
nom.
apparently,
He's
I
making
was-
Cookie Monster sounds.
I did double fist it, just like throw it in my mouth. Ah! Every time I went for food.
Gulp 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 gulp. This soda's delicious.
Can we put a green screen behind me and I'll just do this? Ah!
What were you eating?
Popcorn. I was just
That's
eating
it?
popcorn, and the kid, who I wish I'd punched, but he just walked up to me and he started eating really loudly in my face his chips and was like, "How do you like it?" I was like, "I don't know what's going on."
Those sound delicious. Can I have some?
Yeah. But I was you know what? In a weird way, I kind of owned it. I was cognizant of it. I was like, "Oh, I am unintentionally annoying him in our shared space." Yeah. I guess I'll try and be quieter with my popcorn. It's whatever.
I wonder if he could have just said, "Could you choose?"
Oh, he could have. Like, I'm
he
not.
could've been less of
I'm
a
not
prick.
excusing that asshole.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm
It's
saying
asshole
like,
behavior.
hey, you know, okay, maybe I was too loud. Sometimes when I have headphones in, my wife says I chew too loud. Maybe she's right, and I was chewing too loud.
I just hate mouth noises.
I love them.
So
They give me tingles.
I think any chewing is too loud. So I'm like, all right, this is a me problem. Like,
She
I'm gonna
she
shut
only
up.
drinks soup.
When other,
No.
when other people
no
are
foods.
eating, I hum. Just drown in it. Okay,
So
spoilers.
let's get into spoilers of Captain America: Brave New World, starting now.
It's all mouth sounds.
The
whole movie.
The whole movie's
Yeah.
mouth sounds.
I mean, technically,
You
you're
know what?
talking. That's a mouth sound.
I would
I wrong?
not watch a version of this where all the dialogue was dubbed with mouth sounds.
Dylan, make it.
I wouldn't ask for it.
Edit
But you
that.
know what? I wouldn't throw it away.
I'll
But
come in
did
and
you-
do the voice.
Talking is mouth sounds.
That's true.
Sure.
So technically, it was a movie full of mouth sounds.
There was also a lot of guttural screams.
Anyway, so
Actual spoilers.
we were talking about this is a sequel to another film which surprised me. Tim Blake Nelson is in the movie, who we last saw in The Incredible Hulk, which was how many years ago was that?
2008 or was it 16?
16 years ago.
Oh, 16
Egad.
years ago. Yeah, it was in 2008. Yeah.
Yeah. So we last saw him in that. I believe he helped turn dude into the Abomination.
Abomination.
And then as the Abomination,
We also
wrecked shop and then
it was
left.
both, right? It was he helped Bruce remove Gamma,
Right.
and then was like, I can help you with
Yeah.
the super soldier serum and Gamma.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then
It's been a
that's
while
where he
since
got
I've seen that movie.
he got it in his brain.
Yeah. So I was really surprised by that. The Tim Blake Nelson of it all. I was like, oh, all right. I thought we'd
pretty
never
cool.
see that guy again.
The boys thought it was a lizard. I was like,
I
just keep
understand
watching.
that. I mean,
Just
he's
keep watching.
green and he's got bubbles.
Yeah, just keep watching.
Yeah.
His glowing.
Do you remember that movie? But no. The only thing I've explicitly hated on with the MCU is Love and Thunder, and that was a bridge too far. You know what? It wasn't a very strong movie, but
Was
I
it
do.
a rainbow bridge too far?
Nah, it's destroyed.
Sorry.
Love and Thunder was I don't think it was an altogether very good movie, but there was like 4 or 5 parts of it that I absolutely loved.
I just wish there was, since we're going on this rabbit hole, I wish that the drama had more room to breathe for Love and Thunder.
Sure.
Having a whole cancer subplot and then just yucking over it, and then Gore the God Butcher kills one god. We see him kill one god.
How many of you killed?
We see 2 other.
I'm
dead.
not titled the God Butcher.
We see 2 other dead. 2 other gods dead. We just didn't see him kill.
You know. and
Either
it's just-
way.
Yeah, it was a little too silly by half.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like all the kids, the kids all get the thunder power with their stuffed animal toys at the end. I'm like,
I very much enjoyed that beat.
yeah,
I thought that was actually a really good part.
yeah, wasn't for me.
It was really sweet.
Yeah.
The sharing the power. I think that makes
Well, you
sense.
can both go to hell. I just finished Loki season 2 and Secret Invasion. Oh, I forgot about Secret Invasion. I didn't hate them, but goddamn, were they slogs.
I didn't hate Secret Invasion either. I think Secret Invasion is a really good example of this doesn't need to be a show.
Yeah.
It could have been an easily a 2-hour movie that they stretched out because like all the stuff with like the PTSD of the actual like Skrulls living there, the embedded ones, the insurgencies, and like the displaced peoples.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All of it was awesome. And then the government screwing them over by using them as spies. So good. And then it just kind of ended in a weird slugfest, and just because it was fine.
I don't think that would have been a good movie.
I think if it was tight, I actually do think it would have been a mid-budget, pretty solid movie. But the fact that it was a $200 million 6-hour slog,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a storytelling problem. I think that's a pacing problem.
Robert Monroe says, Gore the God Butcher was wasted. That should have been a horror movie. I thought he would show up at the deity meeting and slaughter all of them. So did I. We all were just sitting there waiting. And then it was just like, oh, what if, what's his name? What's his name? Fucking Zeus?
Maximus Decimus Meridius?
Yeah, Maximus, whatever the nuts his name is.
He's like sharks, right? He's with the guy with
Sharks of Rome.
the son the son of the Sharks of Rome.
Oh yes.
But
Or
it was
the
just
father
him
of
doing
the
a
Sharks.
silly
Father.
accent and prancing around in
Papa
a
Rome
very
shark.
small skirt. I just thought it was very silly. And
Anyway, this
too many
movie,
jokes. Oh, are we talking about something?
I think we're talking about
Brave New World?
Brave New World.
Spoilers, go.
Spoilers. Yes, that it was a follow-up to Eternals was cool,
Oh, that was cool.
and a follow-up to something I didn't think I needed.
The Hulk?
The Hulk, and the how they incorporated. So like Thunderbolt Ross has been a part of the MCU for years. This was a recast, and they kind of did it pretty fucking smoothly.
Yeah.
I was actually really excited about. I love.
They even showed him with the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those the side characters that kind of get play later, and this entire movie is side characters that
Yes.
now are getting play later.
Yes.
And I love that kind of like organic growth of the MCU. I don't need 82 Iron Man movies that are the same beats.
Nope.
I really, really like, even though this movie wasn't the strongest, I like this direction. Let's
Yeah.
just keep yes-anding and going in this direction of like growing it. It doesn't have to be another reboot and another reboot. Just like have fun. Keep going.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
There's been a lot of setup. Pay some of it off. The fact that everyone has been complaining for 5 years about the thing, the eternal, what's the thing? What's it called?
That was Tiamat, the celestial.
Celestial.
Yeah.
The celestial in the sea. And the fact that we finally get adamantium was a nice little reveal.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was pretty cool. So, although I'm curious if they've just now discovered adamantium because of the celestial in the water that has just risen a year ago, I guess, in Marvel time, how do we have a Wolverine?
3 years ago in Marvel time. How do you know there is a Wolverine? I mean, if there is a Wolverine,
I imagine the only reason they're introducing adamantium is because the X-Men are coming and that Wolverine has.
Wolverine, like adamantium, doesn't make Wolverine. Wolverine is just laced with adamantium.
Right, but he has had. Well, I guess he could have been Wolverine this whole time and just recently getting because the whole the Weapon X program.
The only Wolverine that you are talking about and know is somebody from a different multiverse.
I'm talking about the one they're about to introduce when they eventually introduce him.
Who doesn't necessarily have to have adamantium, and or over the course between this movie and that movie will have been experimented on in the Weapon X program. Nothing is broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, nothing is broken.
Okay.
And also, you know what? Don't do Wolverine.
We've had enough Wolverine of the past 20 years.
If you're going to do an X-Men movie, there's a bench deeper than any well.
They
have fun.
They're gonna though.
Hold on to it then.
They're gonna.
Don't do Wolverine until like movie 4.
Nope.
I want Cyclops. You know what? Let's do an episode where we cast or just characters you want because
I love Cyclops.
You're a Cyclops fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have
Slim.
Give me the original 5. How about just give me the original 5 for a little while, for a movie or two, and then tease it because we're gonna have Hugh Jackman for the next 10 years anyway.
Yeah.
Like
Cyclops,
for all the
I had a
Avengers
crush on
and
James Marsden when I was younger.
Oh God damn it!
But I like the character now too because of that.
for all the Marvel movies.
Listen, I liked Robert Pattinson because I had a crush on him, and look at him now. He's great. We all knew he was going to be great. I knew it.
You know
from the
what?
All
beginning.
new.
We all knew me, the big we.
I'm on that train now.
Yeah, the big
I
we,
am
as in
now.
every teenage girl in 2008 knew he was going to be great.
That's true.
Teenage girls are always ahead of the curve. Everyone. We always call the greatest trends. The Beatles. Come on. Teenage girls.
It's true.
Sorry, I'm getting really defensive
No.
for no reason.
You know what?
I'm getting really,
You know what?
really defensive.
Okay.
She's onto something. Yeah.
Okay.
Chachi.
Scott Baio's still alive.
That's true. He's not been murdered.
I feel like it's kept him there.
I was also delighted to see Liv Taylor show
I
up.
was going to say
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler.
Okay,
That's
so
what I said.
I choked up. I was like,
I didn't choke up, but I did lean over to my wife and went, and I don't want to miss a thing.
I
The song-
forgot.
yep.
No, yeah.
As soon as she like walked into frame, I just heard
Don't worry.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I was like-
what if Harrison Ford started singing that to her?
I honestly, I would have stood up and started cheering.
Yeah.
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 There's
No, it was-
nothing better that could have happened.
Yeah. I liked him being in the raft too. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh the whole. So I had absolutely no issue. Every idiot online that's never read a comic is like, oh, he's kill him in one punch. Kill Sam in one punch.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved how they worked around it. Like he's got vibranium tech.
yeah.
Wakandan tech, vibranium shield. He's absorbing kinetic energy. Awesome. It works. All of it is great. It was great. And 90% of everything that Sam was doing was foreshadowed at the beginning of the movie when he has his capture the flag fights with the
That's
bigger,
right.
stronger dude.
Yeah.
It was all set up how he is just doing that. Just it's a better movie than people give it credit for.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
That's a good call. I had one more. Do we need to keep doing post credit sequences?
I'm okay with them. I don't think
This one did nothing.
So I don't think that they have to add up to anything. Period.
Sure, but I think they need to be there for a purpose.
If the purpose is a coda, it doesn't have to have its own fucking franchise attached to it.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I know, but there are like Eno, even my nephew even shared with me a video about how like the death of the importance of the post credits, and I'm like, I think we maybe gave them too much importance to begin with. Like maybe the first 3 or 4, those were like seeding things, but then the last handful have just been cutesy.
I feel like we could have
They've been
stopped
jokies.
after the first Avengers movie, and everyone's eating shawarma. I thought that was a perfect cap on the post-credit sequence.
If anything, that is
the piss out of
that's I was gonna say. If anything, that is the. But see, that was the second post-credit sequence. There was the other one that was like, what's his nuts?
Thanos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There was another one that was Thanos and something. So like, they have been.
Yeah.
important ones and then fun ones, and then the last couple they've just been mainly doing fun ones.
This wasn't even fun though. It was just like, well, there's other worlds. Yeah, man, we know. We've done the multiverse thing for like many years now.
Yeah,
You
the
just
audience
said
does, but
other
Sam
worlds.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Whatever. It did feel needless,
Yeah.
but it was also like whatever. I don't give them weight anymore. I don't know. Also too, it seems as though this like new era of Marvel, they're keeping everything kind of close to the chest.
Yeah.
They've got like a gajillion
Feels like
things.
they're making it up as they go.
A gajillion things in production, but they're not announcing them like they used to. You're only finding out about, like, we didn't officially find out about Fantastic Four until it was already halfway through filming.
Right.
We
Which
just
I'm
we just
fine
heard a
with
shit
that.
ton of rumors and like, oh, it's totally going to be this, and then they finally announce it, and they're like, oh, by the way, we've been filming, and yeah, here's a
I
trailer.
like that.
Like, we don't need to know everything. Audience members don't need to know everything.
I prefer when
Period.
I don't. I like to go in blind on a
I
movie.
love knowing nothing.
Yeah. And I'm so good at it.
I'm great.
I'm an expert at knowing nothing.
Before anything else, any other spoilers you want to get to? I think before we
I don't
leave,
think so.
there's a couple of more comments in here before we run away.
Yeah, real quick. Actually, do you guys miss the fact that there's no Banner or She-Hulk or Abomination?
No, I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit?
No, I thought it was.
She-Hulk has gotten so much shit. I wouldn't have mind her showing up.
Oh, you
Yeah.
You mean Tatiana? I
would have
for
liked
some
to see
reason
some
I just
She-Hulk.
I just thought Red She-Hulk, but you know what? No, I don't think
no.
she would thematically fit in this whatsoever.
Because he's too silly.
Oh, I don't. I mean, there's no purpose to have her in the story.
Well, there could be if you wrote one.
But the way that this was streamlined, there's no purpose to have her. To your point earlier, the fact that for the characters in the movie, it is not important whatsoever that it's connected to any kind of Hulk.
Yeah.
There's no purpose to have her in this story other than
yeah, you're
other
right.
than a post credit sequence of like, I'm a Hulk too.
Yeah.
Like
Cloverfield.
there's like
It's the Cloverfield monster.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cloverfield on Netflix.
Yeah. Same thing with like if any of them showing up would, like, if anything, it would only be in the after credits of like we knew.
Yeah.
But what, to have a lawyer on retainer from Hollywood, like
I mean, they had Matt Murdock show up in Spider-Man for no reason. And
he is
everyone
really
lost
good
their
lawyer.
shit.
I was
He's a
gonna
really
say
good lawyer.
he also is located in Hell's Kitchen, which is right next to Queens, and does a lot of pro bono work. Like, it made sense organically to have that
Where
kind
is
of
She-Hulk
cameo.
located?
L.A.
Oh, was it LA? Okay.
Yeah, like organically, that kind of made sense. Also, both of them are thematically street level characters, but to have like She-Hulk show up at the White
She kinda
House,
walked right across the comic book panel to get there. It's very quick.
So quick.
I want to see her in the MCU again 100 times over. It's just I don't care that she's not there.
Okay.
Yeah. If anything, let's Hulk out Liv Tyler.
Rob Patey says Fantastic Four will make all of this moot, in my opinion. I see the original five X-Men being introduced in this kooky 60s verse.
I think you're going to be wrong, and I can't wait till. Actually, I'm more excited about Thunderbolts than anything else. But yeah,
I'm excited about Thunderbolts.
Please let that be true, please.
what?
I think she's. I think Pink is
Fantastic Four?
maybe referencing Rob Patey.
Don't pull a new 52 and arbitrarily cram decades of history into a few years, Marvel. I think they probably will do something like that, Pink. Like, mutants have or are existing some way and somehow in the MCU right now. They're just not public. I don't need to know everything that's happening in the world until the movies want me to know what's happening in the world. Like, if they do like a retroactive, like we've been around in secret for 20 years,
Eternals.
I'm not going to be like, well, how come I didn't see it in the last 10 movies? Like, I don't care. That's fine.
That's not how.
Just make
That's
it
not
good.
how the world works.
Yeah, just make it good.
I'm still delirious with joy over 1960s Fantastic Four. I can't even imagine porting over First Class.
That'd be cool. But I don't, it's like a futuristic 60s. I don't think they're on our Earth.
Oh.
I don't think this is like.
Is this what the post-credit sequence was about?
Because I'll tell you what,
I
if
genuinely
Reed
don't
Richards has
think-
been around this entire time and the world is still like this, fuck you.
Yeah, even if they disappeared in the 60s and are going to come back in real time, that's not how it looked in the 60s. Because we've seen the 60s and the 70s in the MCU. That's
Well, that's
not
true.
how it looked.
Yeah,
So,
like early Iron Man stuff.
yeah, guys, this is, I don't think of
Different world.
I think it's a multiversey, John, which
Which I'm fine with.
which also means that I don't know if they're going to defeat Galactus.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
so,
didn't even
like,
think of that.
If it's not Earth Prime, all bets are off.
Oh, shit.
The Fantastic Four might not win.
Maybe they
Sorry.
come over to our. Oh. Because
I
Galactus
that's not
was like, yum, 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 the way that you eat popcorn.
Yeah, and then and then the Silver Surfer's gonna come over and be like, "How do you like it?"
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anything else? Did we do it?
No, I think that's the rest of it. Yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Go see Captain America: Brave New World. It's getting a lot of ished online. I think is unnecessary, which is usually the case. And if you're into watching Marvel movies, this is a solid one.
It was really good.
And next week, we don't know what we're gonna do, but we know it's gonna be a giant JD Johnny Destructo happy birthday extravaganza.
Nephews are headed to bed.
Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Go to bed. Have a very good night. Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. I love you. Yeah. But yeah, next week we're gonna have a big birthday splash. Not sure what that means yet, but suggestions are open, and it will include alcohol.
Yeah, and maybe a Lego. I'm not sure.
Maybe a Lego, maybe a game.
A singular Lego.
Maybe
just one leg.
Maybe a Tarantino bracket.
Maybe we're still working it out.
Yeah, but it'll be
we're
fun.
Just spitballing. Like Noel said,
go to bed.
Brush your teeth. Go to bed. We love you. And we'll talk at you later.
Do do do.
Skidly-dee-doo.